Skyways, Blue Nile, and a Green Legacy, Ethiopia's new African blueprint. In a region rocked by conflict and crisis, one African nation is quietly changing the narrative. Can Ethiopia rise above the chaos and become the continent's next big success story? Hi, I am Samia Mohammed, and this is Analytica Today. From wars in Sudan and Somalia to Houthi attacks in the Red Sea, the Horn of Africa is no stranger to instability. But Ethiopia, a nation landlocked, often besieged by its own challenges, has been rewriting the script. Today, we're breaking down how Ethiopia is charting a bold new path, building Africa's next aviation gateway, about to inaugurate the massive GERD dam, transforming its capital city, joining the BRICS club, fighting for sea access, and leading a record-breaking green movement. But as hope rises, so do the risks. Let's break this down. Let's start with some context. Ethiopia sits at the heart of a region in crisis. To the west, Sudan's brutal civil war has forced over 4 million people from their homes, many seeking safety in Ethiopia. To the east, Somalia battles extremist groups like Al-Shabaab, with violence spilling across borders. In the Red Sea, Houthi rebels from Yemen are attacking ships, driving up shipping costs, and threatening Ethiopia's trade lifelines. Neighbors, Eritrea and Egypt, both deeply suspicious of Ethiopia's ambitions, are backing rival factions and fueling tensions. Yet, amid these storms, Ethiopia is pushing forward. Let's start where most journeys begin, the airport. Addis Ababa's sprawling international airport is no longer just a transit point. It's become Africa's third busiest hub, connecting the continent in ways few imagined a decade ago. But Ethiopia isn't stopping there. Right now, just outside the capital, work is underway on the $7.8 billion Abu Sara mega airport. When it opens, it will boost 4 runways and a capacity for 110 million passengers a year, putting Addis in direct competition with Dubai, Doha, and Istanbul. This vision of connection runs deeper than air travel. Ethiopia is racing to power its future with the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, or GERD. Later this year, Ethiopia will officially inaugurate Africa's largest hydropower dam, almost doubling the country's electricity generation overnight. The stakes are enormous. Industry, urban development, and the hopes of millions for reliable energy rest on this project. But GERD isn't just about power, it's about independence, about Ethiopia standing tall. And it's a lightning rod for its neighbors. Egypt calls it a threat to its very survival. Sudan warns of destabilization, and yet Ethiopia is pressing ahead, even inviting its critics to the opening. You can see the change everywhere in Addis Ababa itself. Once known for its traffic jams and sprawling slums, the capital has gotten facelift. New highways slice through the city. Green spaces and modern high-rises and rising where old neighborhoods once stood. Bike lanes, ride-sharing, and fresh public parks are giving the city new life. Not everyone is happy, thousands have been displaced, and critics say development is leaving some Ethiopians behind. But the ambition is clear, to make Addis a true African capital, able to welcome the world. And internationally, Ethiopia wants its voice heard. That is why in January, it joined the BRICS bloc. By aligning with powers like China, India, and Brazil, Ethiopia is looking for more than just new investment. It's demanding a seat at the table where global decisions are made. It's also building ties with Egypt and the UAE inside BRICS, even as all rivalries simmer in the background. But Ethiopia's transformation isn't just about airports, dams, or diplomacy. Since 2019, the country has planted over 40 billion trees in a climate effort known as the Green Legacy Initiative. The massive reforestation drive is changing landscapes, fighting erosion, and showing that African solutions to climate change can be as bold as any in the world. But for the nation of 120 million, there is still the issue of being landlocked, a constant reminder of Ethiopia's vulnerability. The Ethiopian government is negotiating access to the Red Sea, signing a deal with Somaliland last year, hoping to break the country's forced isolation once and for all. The move, however, angered Somalia, drew warnings from Egypt and Eritrea, and raised tensions in a region where borders have always been fragile. But for Addis, access to the Red Sea isn't just about trade, it's about national pride and future security. But every achievement comes with risks. Ethiopia's rise is not happening in a vacuum. Every new runway, every tree planted, every negotiation for sea access is taking place in the shadow of regional crisis. Sudan's war is pushing millions of refugees east, extremists in Somalia threaten the border, Red Sea shipping disruptions sparked by Houthi attacks are driving up prices on Ethiopian streets. And behind it all, Egypt and Eritrea are watching, sometimes interfering, rarely trusting. But for every external threat, Ethiopia is doubling down, investing, innovating, and pushing for unity, as a country refusing to let its story be written by outsiders. Ethiopia's rise is imperfect, and the dangers are real. But this is a story of hope. In a region too often written off, one nation is showing what is possible, that African countries can solve African problems, build world-class cities, and lead on green growth. Will Ethiopia's momentum survive the storms within the outside its borders? The question was watching. Until next time, I am Sami Mohammed. This is Analytica Today.